Hi, today I'll be explaining about the Puppet and how to install Puppet and what the benefits of the Puppet and with respect to ILO-REST, how the Puppet works. So how to install the ILO-REST module and how to work with it. Okay, so now I have two machines here. So CentOS machines. This is a Puppet agent that I set it up. So and then there's a Puppet server. I named it as a Puppet master here, and Puppet agent is here. And uh, there is a prerequisite for installing Puppet. That is, we need to set up. It should be the host name should be DNS resolvable. Basically, we need to set up a etc host here, etc host file in the setup. So that I have set up a Puppet master and Puppet client as a host file, so that it's resolving the hosts. So suppose I say ping Puppet master puppetmaster.ind.rdlabs.hp corp.net. If I say it is able to resolve, okay. So there are yeah, with respect to it should be resolvable basically. So now I'm going to install the Puppet. First we need to set up a yum repository here. Before setting yum repository, if there is any proxy setting, we need to set it up here. So as a root, I have set up like this. uh, Wait a second. If you say here dot bash rc bash profile, see I have set up the HTTP proxy and HTTPS proxy here. So the yum will use it. Then I exported the those environment variables. Okay, so these are some of the things which we need to do. And the for setting the yum repository, we need to do a rpm minus ivh and mm, the path of the yum rpm. So here I have the yum rpm as uh, yum rpm. One second. Yeah, it's the yum is like this. So it is the rpm. So it's retrieving the rpm and installing it. Yeah, it installed. So we have the this one. Now we need to set up, since it's a client. Okay, since we need to do the same thing on the server also. This is on the client. Okay, you need to do the same thing on the client and the server. This is the server. So I'll do yum install puppet. We can do a yum list basically. Let's check the repository what is there. So it's trying to get the repository, what is the modules which are there. Okay, so I think it's taking a lot of time basically. I think I'm going to abort it. So what I will do is I will do a yum install puppet server. Yeah, is getting the puppet server from that one and installing it. Then same thing with here I will do yum install puppet only. It's a client. So it's already installed. Since I already installed, it said it's already installed Puppet server. Okay. So and then this agent also, I think it should say it's already installed. So if it is not installed, it will install. Okay. So it is downloading and from the Yum site, from the Puppet site, Puppet Labs site, and installing it. Okay. So both clients and server are there. So now, okay, let it install. Now I will tell you the configuration of the Puppet. Uh, this one. So there is a configuration file called etc puppet labs puppet.conf puppet.conf. So here I'm going to give the directories of the Puppet server. This is a master. This is a server. So this should not have any problems. So by default, it's fine. So then here when we come here to agent part, it says Puppet agent. Oh no. Okay, it says install it. Okay, so it's trying to install. Yeah, it installed. I think it's downloaded and then installing Puppet agent. And once the Puppet this one installs, it tries to contact the Puppet client tries to have a link between SSL link will be there. So that's why Puppet transfers the configuration, server transfers the configuration to all the clients through SSL. So there is a secure sign-in method which has the things. So if you say Puppet cert list minus all, it says the certificates for all the things, so which is approved by this. So here I'll say it installed. I think yeah, it's installing. It's updating. Okay. Yeah, it installed fine. And then now there is a configuration file, as I told you, Puppet Labs, Puppet conf. So here I made the server. I put a configuration here, server equal to this one, so that it knows what is the location of the server. That's you have to do it. This doesn't have it. You need to change it while after installing the client. So I already done that, so it's working. So now if I say it, so it contacts the server like that. Okay, now I have the certificates here. So Puppet Client 2, which is already signed here, is approved by the server. So it knows that these are the clients. I have 4 clients here. So 3 clients here. And this is one of the client which I'm using. It's a Unix client, CentOS client. And I have Windows client also. So Windows client also is there. And three clients I have. And this is a client 2, which I'm accessing here. So it's already installed now. Uh, so now I'm trying to see, try to install a module. So ILO-REST module. So Puppet module search ILO-REST. If I say ILO-REST, it tries to search the files in the Forge API. Forge API is just like our pip repository or something like that. So here I have a ILO-REST module which is uploaded by our engineers here by HPE. So this is already there. Uh, this is what the module we need for ILO-REST, working with ILO-REST. So it has the files. So to install it, so Puppet module install, then put this one. ILO rest. If it is already installed, it says installed already. So it's already installed. So that's what it says. Okay, so it's already says it already installed. So no need to do anything here. No need to do anything here. So basically, yeah, we already have the installs ready. So it installs to various files here. I'll show you where it installs. Puppet Labs, the code, environments, production, modules, and ILO rest and manifests. The manifests are the files which define the classes, whatever the ILO rest needs to do it. So there are some PP files. PP files is Puppet profile files. It's called Puppet profile files, and yeah. So basically, it has all the configurations to install this one. So if I say installs dot install dot pp, so it has all the things. So which should go to. So it depends on the OS. If it depends on the OS, it installs the particular directory. The Puppet will get installed. Okay. So this is we don't need to worry about this because it's already installed, taken care by the module which is already there. So what we need to modify here is the site.pp, which is there here, not here, manifest. If I go to manifest directory, Puppet Labs code environment production manifest, there is a site.pp here, which we need to do. So here we need to define what node, what module need to be installed. So node, we give node default, it installs on all the clients. And I given a class as ILO-REST. ILO-REST is a module name given, and the parameters it takes is ILO IP, administrator username and password to log in and run the commands. So run the ILO REST commands. So this is what it now it default means you can give the host name here, so it runs on the particular host name, particular client. Okay, this is a site.pp. So now I will push the configuration. By default, it is 30 minutes pushing the configuration to the clients. But um, if I want to do it right now, I can do a Puppet agent minus t is the command minus test. So it pulls all the configuration from server and does whatever the configuration it needs to do. So if I do like this, so it will be Puppet agent minus t. So it's trying to pull all the configurations from the server, whatever configurations. This will be the end state of the machine. So if you see it here, it's executed successfully. And example, ILO MAC address. It's trying to execute some scripts, ILO scripts here. Yeah, perfectly applied here. So it's all got all the 200 response. Um, it, everything got. It was able to log into ILO and execute the all the scripts, the py files, which are there here. So here it says example all this one, two, three, three, three programs got executed on the client machine. It pulled all the configuration, it pulled the files, and it executed it. So here like this, we can install any module. Suppose you want to install a Puppet module, Apache module. We can search for the Apache module in the Forge, the Forge API site, and install it and run, configure the site.pp, and then do a Puppet agent minus t, or by default it will be 30 minutes. We can change that in the puppet.conf. 30 minutes, we can make it 15 minutes also, 1 hour also we can make it. So if I say like this, we can search for the module, we can install any module. So this is how the Puppet works basically. So this is mostly used by system administrators and defines the end state of the machine. It's a declarative language basically. Yeah. Okay. I think it's taking time. You can try it on your machines. anything like that. So I'm ending the recording now.